I don't know if you guys can hear my zipper, but it's fun. Um, Now I'm here to complain. I know my boyfriend doesn't really watch my YouTube videos, so I feel like I can talk all the shit that I want whenever, wherever, about whomever. Um, but in all honesty, my boyfriend has problems with time management, and we have one bathroom. Okay, he works from 9 to 5:30, right? Keep that in your mind. He was in the bathroom at 8 o'clock. Now, my alarm goes off at 8 o'clock. Shouldn't he be gone if he starts at 9? I'm just saying. But he was in the shower when I woke up at 8, which is kind of weird. But I have this routine. If I do not complete this routine, my day is usually fucked after the first hour. Ow. So what I do is I wake up, I go to the bathroom, I wash myself up, I take my dog out. Now when I wash myself up, that's like face, hair, hands, pits, and then later I'll take a shower, right? Okay. Remember that. So, waking up, using my walker because, I sprained my foot and my ankle and my knee. The fuck? So I get up, take my walker, hobble to the bathroom, and I'm trying to wait. I'm trying so hard to wait, but I can't wait. So I'm like, yo, can I use the potty? And he's like, yeah, go ahead. Now our bathroom is relatively small. Like I can touch I can touch both walls, I think, with my hands. I'm 5'8", so it's about 5 feet across, maybe 10 feet down the middle. It's bigger than a prison cell. Let's just maybe it's not. I don't know. I've never been past the holding cells, but heartburn. We got a small bathroom, so I'm on the toilet, and he finishes his shower, and then I go to wash my hands because I just took a shit, and he's like, "You better not." Something across the lines of, "I am the reason why he would be late because I want to wash my hands," and I said, just because you don't wash your hands after you take a shit and you think it's fine to just spray alcohol on your hands doesn't mean that I do the same thing. And he's like, well, you've been there for 2 minutes already. And I'm like, no, I was only able to sing the birthday or the alphabet song once in my head, so it had been less than 20 seconds. I literally have to do the alphabet inside I do it forward, backwards, and forward again because I could do it really fast. And he's like, well, you better not make me late, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you can he's holding the towel on against his naked body like it's a child in the tub, like, trying to rush me. And no, it's not okay. First of all, you need to wash your hands after you touch your genitals. I don't care who you are. I don't care what genitals you think you have. But once you touch your stuff, whether it's to wipe, to shake the rest of the pee off, you need to wash your hands. Limpio los manos. Sucios. Aww. Okay, so I hate this light with a passion because it always wants to freaking die on me. But that's okay. I always want to freaking die on people too. But I don't. Anyway. That really pissed me off because you're a grown-ass man. And you don't wash your hands after you go to the bathroom? I know you don't wash your hands after going to the bathroom. Because I watch you. Number one, I watch you. Number two, you got mad at me for washing my hands. Heartburn. I just ate 4 Tums. And I get the heartburn. I feel it here. Yes, in my pits. Who feels heartburn in their kilikili? Why? Is it just Tagalogs and Filipino Tagalogs? Is it just Filipinos who call this the kili kili? It's an armpit, but it's a kili kili. Anyway. I feel it up to my ears. Like it's here. My heartburn. So yeah, this nigga really pissed me off because he was trying to say that I was making him late because I wanted to wash my hands. If I was really going to make you late by washing my hands, then maybe, just maybe, you need to wake up a little bit earlier, honey boo boo. Maybe you shouldn't shower right as you're supposed to leave. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. You know, I'm almost never late to anything. But I'm not a scientist. I'm gonna use this time to not be a bitch for the rest of the day. Even though, man. And then while I was in the bathroom, he's like, oh, I feel like shit. You know, like, trying to justify him making me feel like shit. So, yes, he told me he felt like shit. And then he's giving me these mouth words that are not helping anybody. And I told him after the whole just spray your hands with alcohol bullshit, I was like, yes, you're upset. And that's okay. But you don't get the right to make other people upset because you woke up on the wrong side of the foot. You know? I don't know if this is going to help my heartburn. You would think it's not because it's smoke and anything other than air going through your lungs is going to hurt your heartburn. But I'm not feeling the burn. So I'm just going to leave this up here. In my mortar and pestle. But yeah, I'm just really irritated. That, and I've been secretly putting water in our alcohol spray. Because I'm hoping he's going to get pink eye from being so fucking dirty. Like, when it's low, I just fill it up with water. I'm dead serious. I've done it twice so far. Because I'm not going to waste my alcohol. My alcohol. And the reason why I say my alcohol is because alcohol is used to clean cuts, scars, burns, you know. I use alcohol to clean my piercings. Okay, I use alcohol for some of my tie-dye projects. Hello. And of course I use alcohol when I'm tattooing myself. Like, alcohol is not for hand washing. If somebody were to just sanitize their hands, like just pump some hand sanitizer on their hands after going to the bathroom, I wouldn't trust that person. And I don't think I can trust my boyfriend because he does not wash his hands after he goes to the bathroom. That, and he's a cis white male who doesn't respect the fact that I do not see myself as a 100% woman. And like even my dog understands. When he touches my butt or he touches my boobs, she barks at him. Because she knows I don't like it. And I think it's funny how it's our dog when I say it's my dog. But when shit needs to get done for her, it's walk your dog. You want to run by that? You want to run me by that again? I'm sorry. I couldn't hear with these bullshit shades that I have over my ears. Like, I have like I said, I have a moderately sprained ankle, mild sprain in my foot, and a minor sprain in my knee. My knee? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care right now. I'm just irritated. So maybe, just maybe, it's hard for me to walk up and down the stairs, you know, just a little bit, you know. Forget all of my past health history, you know. Forget all my pre-existing conditions. Let's look alone at the sprain. Let's look alone at the fact that I need to use crutches to get up and down the stairs, and that's how I fell down the stairs last time. Yes. I had an immobilizer on my knee because I had torn a ligament in my knee or whatever the fuck, I can't remember. And I was trying to get up the stairs and I didn't have balance, and then and of course he wasn't there to help me. Just like when I fell outside, the reason why I sprained my fucking ankle, foot, knee, I called him and I stayed on my back because I was trying to assess what exactly was hurting. Ooh, damn. I don't blink at the same rate, I guess. I'm like an iguana. Anyway, guess who was the first person to respond? My awesome roommate neighbor. And she just gotten off of work. She dropped her shit. She was trying to help me up, and she was trying to be supportive. Great. Please. Now, because of my pre-existing conditions, I have to call the doctor. I'm actually supposed to go to the ER every time I fall, but instead I call my doctor just to see if they can just prescribe me some prednisone and I'll just be on my way. Like, I don't want to go inside the doctor's office. So I'm calling and I'm on hold, and he's like, well, you know what they're going to tell you. You don't need to go to the doctor for a sprain. And I'm like, I don't know if it's a sprain. I can't put pressure on my foot. Like, I still cannot put pressure on my foot. Like, my foot having the weight of my leg is painful. And I said no to the morphine. I said no to whatever other muscle relaxer that they were going to give me. I asked them for prednisone, but they said that I needed a non-steroidal NSAID. And I was like, well, I take a non-steroidal NSAID. Well, go ahead and just take some Tylenol. Me and Tylenol ain't good friends at all. I believe that I may have a really high tolerance to Tylenol because I've overdosed on it so many times. I just kind of just ruined Tylenol for my body. But no, for real, I think I've overdosed at least 3 times on, or with, Tylenol. First time was just Tylenol. Second time it was Tylenol and something else. No, the first time it was hydroxycut and it was an accident. Sorry, uncle. But yeah, I accidentally overdosed on hydroxycut and didn't tell anybody that I took the hydroxycut, and they thought that I had food poisoning, so I had to take extra pills, and these pills made me sensitive to the light, like the sunlight, whatever. Anyway, yeah, me and Tylenol aren't good friends. Tylenol gives me heartburn. Why? I don't know. Vaping does not give me heartburn. My vitamins give me heartburn. I think I need like the capsule version of my vitamins so that they can like go down into my like stomach and then start breaking down. I don't know, but just so many things, and then some people are like, oh, he's using you. Some people are like, oh, he's manipulative. Some people are like, do I have to come up there? Because if I have to come up there, somebody's going to need to go to the emergency room. And it's like, I would like somebody in order to talk about my problems with my boyfriend, and I have a therapist, and I have a psychiatrist, and I have neighbors. I'm like, everybody but my therapist is telling me to find somewhere else to be. That's the thing. I moved to bumblefuck nowhere for this nigga because his job was more important than my connections in building my health. And I don't know how many times I've said this, but I've had to restart here because of love, and his job that was so important was lost before I even moved out here. But he had already put his name on the lease. So he was going to be stuck here for a year. You see how that works? Y'all see how that, you see how that works? Now, because of the quarantine, I wasn't allowed to go back and forth and back and forth. It was like pick one until, until the until it's lifted. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll be in Wisconsin. I changed everything to come here. And I still don't have a driver's license. He bought a car for me. Ended up selling it because it was the under chassis was rusted. Let's just end it there. The under chassis was rusted. But for those months that he had that car that was sitting at his parents' house, I bought you a car. I bought you a fucking car. I bought you a fucking car. Nigga, the only reason why I drove that car was because both cars had to be moved. That is the only time. Like, one car had to go to the mechanics. So we had to drive both cars. So, still don't have my license. And that's the thing. I've had a car. I paid for my own car before. Selling pot, I got a car while working part-time and paying rent. That's a whole nother kettle of fish. But I had a car, and the nigga never let me get my license. And it's like, I can't take the car by myself. In no state in America can you, with or without a permit, take the car by yourself to get your license. And I hate that because I don't want to rely on other people. My boyfriend knows that I can't go by myself. However, his car is not, it's not good enough for the DMV. And then he's like, my parents will let you use the car. My parents will let you use the car. Okay, let's do it. Let's get it. Let's get it done. I can't get a car in my name because I don't have a job. I got stacks in a bank account, but I don't have a job. And that's what people want. Even though I can buy a car, like, how much? 1,500? Okay, what's wrong with the car? Do I need to fix it? Let me look underneath. Let me do this. Let me do that. When he picked the car, I was in Cameron. I was in the Camry the whole time. He didn't want me to step outside the car. But who's getting shit fixed around the house? Who's calling? I don't understand. I don't understand, bitch. I don't understand. I feel lonely. I feel like he don't like me. I feel like he doesn't care about me. The other day, I tried asking him, okay, what day is it? Thursday? Yesterday was Wednesday. I think this happened on Monday. When I hurt my ankle. Tuesday, he got up and he was getting ready to walk the dog. So I was like, okay, since you're up, can you refill my water and grab me a Dr. Pepper? No, I have to walk the dog. It's 10 extra steps. Why don't you get up and just go get it yourself? Babe, I'm in pain. I'm in pain too. And I start crying. And I call my mom. My mom wants to beat his ass. She's never met the nigga before. But she don't like him. And why? Because I never really have anything nice to say. And when I do have something nice to say, it's not going to give me, the $4,395 that I've given him looking to get back. It's not going to put that money back. It's not going to make him care more. I don't feel like he cares. And I've told him that. I feel like you don't care about me. I feel like I am a fucking problem to you. He knew before we started dating, okay, when we was just talking online, he knew that, number one, I have a lot of pre-existing conditions that get in the way of my work. Number two, if we were to get together and we were to live in together, that my dream would be the housewife. I'll cook, I'll clean, you go to work and do the bills. Before we even got together, like, those were my stipulations. Not just stipulations, but fucking boundaries, right? But when I ask him, what should I clean? What should I straighten up? Because you can be sanitary and still be messy. That is me to a T. Like, it's nothing dirty. It's nothing that belongs in the trash. But, like, I got my crystals right there. I got a camera on top of my journal. I got some lipstick. I got some eyeshadow, my vape, my phone. You want some bleachy wipes? I got some bleachy wipes. Like, I just got a bunch of shit, okay? And everyone's saying, just focus on you, just focus on you, just focus on you. But then I feel guilty when I focus on me because he's here too, because he's the one who's paying the bills. And then my mom's like, bitch, you need to live by yourself. Like, you can have a boyfriend, but you need to live by yourself. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. I'm still trying to get fucking disability, Like, I don't know. Like, maybe we would be better if we didn't live together. Maybe it was a little too soon. But, like, when we started to get together, it was long distance. So I would spend weeks at his parents' house, And you would think spending weeks at a time with someone, you would know who they are, in half a year, but apparently we didn't know a lot about each other. I have paperwork among paperwork stating from professionals what the fuck is wrong with my body, and that there is no cure for anything that I'm okay. There's a sprain. I can cure that. We could treat that. We can cure that. But like, there's no cure for anything that I have. I'm not a good candidate for surgery because I have too many complicating. Like, you can't fix her hip because she has sacroiliac joint disorder. You can't fix the sacroilium because her coccyx and her spine is fucked up. You can't fix the spine because her hip and her sacroilium is fucked. You understand? It's a circle. Okay, so no, I'm not a good candidate for surgery. I've seen many neurosurgeons and many pain specialists and pain management doctors who have said, you're not a good candidate for surgery. We're going to fix one problem and then you're going to need another surgery. I look at the back of my uncle's back. Isn't the back of someone's back their front? Anyway, he's got scarring right here, somewhere in like the thoracic area, and then in the lumbar. And I know once you start, you cannot stop. There is no stopping. Do not pass go. So no, I'm not going to force a doctor to put a surgery on me that I'm not 100% knowledgeable of. And I really don't like it when, if I can't do something because I'm having shooting pain in my coccyx. Now, for those of you who don't know what your coccyx is the tip of your tailbone that connects to your pelvis. Okay, it's kind of like your sacroilium, but it's that little bone at the end. You know how dogs have tails? It's basically, where's your butt? Give me this. It's basically what we ended up, it's like this part right here. Not because we don't have tails. So when my coccyx is hurting, when I'm having shooting pain, breakthrough pains, and when I say breakthrough, it's even though I'm taking my medicine, my pain is not subsiding. When I'm having these episodes, I need help. I just do. That was stupid. I went like this on my knees and my ankle said, bitch. Anyway. I'm not going to cry. I'm more irritated than sad, but I also feel like he doesn't care or won't acknowledge the fact that he's dating someone who's not able-bodied and he's being very ableist. Because when I say things like I'm in pain, I need help, he turns around and says that he's in pain too. And when he says stuff like that, it reminds me of when I lived with my grandfather after my grandmother died. Okay, so my Lola passed away in 2017 in April. And I was helping my grandfather around the house. I told him, hey, since you're moving, because he was moving to California with his family. I was like, Lolo, since you're moving, I'll sign on the lease. That way you don't have to break the lease and you don't have to pay to break the lease. And he's like, okay. This man, I don't know if he had dementia or if he was playing me. The reason why is because I know he's a misogynist. We're talking about my Lolo, the last man that my grandmother married, not my biological grandfather. So my cousin Victor moved in with us, and me and Victor were sharing a room. And my boyfriend was spending time with us. He didn't move in until after my grandfather moved out, thank God. But the place where I worked at the time, I wouldn't come home until 2 o'clock in the morning, you know? I'd come home and he'd come and he'd yell at me and he'd be like, Andrea, why is your door locked? I don't know. I'm not here. I can't lock it from the outside. It's one of those locks where you push the button on the inside, and if you have like a piece of pen or like a rat tail comb, you know, you can just kind of stab it through. And I was like, I don't know. I'm not here. I don't keep the lights on when I'm not here. You know? Hey, you're so disrespectful, Andrea. Like, what did I do? Your TV is on. Okay, first of all, that's not my TV. That's my cousin's TV. He's been here all day. It's not me. It's not me. This happens a couple times. I finally break into the door because I'm not going to continue to get yelled at. My boyfriend and my cousin were sitting on the bed. He's yelling at me. And he's saying, D, you're so fucking disrespectful, D. And I'm like, what, are you going to hit me? And he steps back and he staggers and he holds on to his heart. And I'm like, are you okay? Are you having a heart attack? Do I need to call the police? And then he would go back to, the police? You're so fucking disrespectful. Well, are you going to hit me? Please hit me. Hit me as hard. I need you to hit me as hard as you can. And then he goes back to faking a heart attack. Should I call 911? Should we put you in the hospital? What do you want? Because one way or the other, you're leaving. You got to go. So yeah, like I think he had dementia, but he could remember my name. And he would, like, when one thing didn't work, he tried to manipulate me another way, but he's so old that his shit got a little dusty, you know? Like, I'm not stupid. And I'm not saying this because I have 200 IQ. I'm saying this because I've been around a lot of fucking manipulative people. I've been used and abused and pushed aside and manipulated. I know what it feels like to get gaslighted. And I feel like I'm dating my grandfather right now. I mean, he doesn't physically abuse me, which is great. He doesn't sexually abuse me, which is great. He makes me uncomfortable sexually sometimes. But, like, he doesn't know how to take any responsibility or say that he's wrong. Like, he literally tried to blame me for washing my hands. That he was going to be late. As I'm washing my hands, I'm like, you can dry off in that tub right where you're standing. There's no fucking room for me. You need to get out the bathroom. No, I need to wash my hands because I just took a really nasty shit. Well, you've been doing that for 2 minutes already. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Because there's a method to my hand washing. I think you saw it. You get the hands, you get the outsides, you get between, you scrub your nails because I have nails. Rinse. Did that take 2 minutes? You tell me. You tell me. You look at the little, rewind it. Look at the little timestamp or whatever the fuck. Did that take 2 minutes? No, that probably took 20 to 30 seconds. And that is the lathering. You are supposed to lather, not wash your hands for 20 seconds. You are supposed to soap your shit for 20 seconds. Okay? I'm not trying to get sick. I am immune compromised. And this nigga doesn't want to get the fucking vaccine. So what, you're an anti-vaxxer now? Uh, I can't. I can't have somebody have that much control over me. I can't. I literally told him verbatim, word for word, just because you're feeling like shit does not mean you can try to make me feel like shit. Because I ain't no punk bitch. I'll put you in your place. Verbally or physically, I don't give a damn. I really don't give a damn. Now, that might be the borderline personality disorder talking. I don't know. I don't blame my mental disorders on the way that I act. I understand that it impedes on me being functional sometimes, but I'm not going to go there and say, oh, it's because I didn't have my meds, why I was a dick to you. Did you catch that? So yeah, his Adderall is gone. How the fuck is your Adderall gone? Like, you can't get a refill until like a week from now. How the fuck you run out? We made an agreement that you weren't gonna sell your fucking drugs. We made an agreement. Oh no, I only said that about my Adderall. Then why is your Adderall gone? Oh, I must have took it all. So that's telling me you're not taking your drugs as prescribed. Now, I undertake my meds. I'm not perfect. There have been times when I wake up at noon and I'm like, I was supposed to take my meds at 9. Maybe I'll take, some of them, not all of them, like the ones that I do once a day, the ones that I do 3 times a day, and I'll just not do my midday meds. Or I fall asleep at 5 o'clock. Med time is between 6 and 7. And then I wake up at midnight. Can't take my meds. Never have I run out of meds before a refill has been due. Because the pharmacies make sure you have a 30-day supply. 30 to 90 days. Some of my pills have 90-day supplies. But because he takes controlled substances, you can only get a 30-day prescription. Now, I really don't like that. You're going to call me a druggie because I want to smoke pot. Mind you, I don't know how many times I have to say, you know what? Hold on. I accidentally sat on my dog. I'm not like really sat on her. I don't know where to put my foot. Anyway, he called me a druggie because I wanted to smoke weed, and we didn't have that much weed in the house. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I don't smoke weed for funsies. What do I have to cover? Let's cover this. Okay? You don't just sign up for one of these. Your doctor has to sign you up for one of these. And this was before it was, what do you call it? This was before it was recreational. So they only had medicinal. And I had multiple talks with my doctor. And, we understand that cannabis helps me. Therefore, I have a cannabis card. This is actually my only valid ID. My other ID expired on my birthday. And I told him about that. My birthday is January 1st. I told him about that. And it's like middle of March now. My computer's gonna die. It's like the middle of March now, and this is still my only valid ID. I mean, that, and some people don't take it. But if I show you my expired ID, you're gonna be like, well, I can't take that, it's expired. Motherfuckers. So yes, I have to use my cannabis card as an identification card. Anyway, he's calling me a druggie. And that sets me off because I've dealt, and my mom knows this, I've dealt with medication and the stigma of medication. And I have a lot of self-stigma on the medication that I take that I've tried to stop taking because I don't want to be a druggie. So to say something that you know would push my buttons because I've talked about it before, and you're the one abusing drugs, should I take that as in, if you feel guilty about something, a certain something, and I express that to the tiniest of extent, that you're going to amplify it? I'm going to listen to all the other things that you say about me because I know damn well deep down inside that's how you feel about yourself. And that's the only, that mantra, that peace of mind is the only thing keeping me sane. That he's not mad at me. I didn't do shit. He ain't mad at me. He's still buying cards. We talked about this fucking shit last year in 2020. This shit should have been squashed in 2020. It should have been squashed in 2020. I gotta take this shit out so I can show you how fucking pissed off I am. You are going to follow me and my walker. Her blanket is in the way. Maybe I should have taken this time to pause while I was trying to walk over here. He said he was going to stop buying cards back in 2020. Do you see this shit? Do you see this? That is all fucking cards. And that box, full of cards. Full of cards. And what do? They stay in the closet. Oh, I'm going to sell these. I'm going to buy this now so that when I sell it, it's going to make blah, blah, blah money. No, nigga. No. That's literally money in the garbage right now. Like, I understand if you're actually making moves, but you're not. You're just collecting. You don't have the money to collect this shit if you're working paycheck to paycheck, if you ain't got money at the end of the week. And I'm not stupid. So, when Willow's certificate came into the mail, I was expecting a manila envelope. Didn't see a manila envelope. I saw an envelope that was attached to like a mini envelope that looked like a manila envelope, but it was white. So I was like, okay, maybe this is for me. So I open it up. I opened it up and I saw it was a card. I looked at the fucking receipt. It came with a fucking receipt. You don't get receipts in trades. You do not get receipts in trades. And the receipt had the date on it. So for you to tell me, oh, I got this for a trade, I've been waiting for this for months. You know it's got the price on it, right? On your receipt. Yeah. You know it shows the day that you fucking bought it on the receipt. Do you know that I have access to your fucking email? And why do I have access to your email? Because you're too lazy to do the lease agreement stuff. I can't do that shit. I don't have his information. I can't be a leaseholder because I technically don't have income. My dog's over here like, you good, G? Are you good? I'm not good, G. I'm not good. But I forgot that my shit was dying. I try really hard not to go through his email, but he has said multiple times that he does not care. So I had snooped around and looked at shit that wasn't opened and then marked it as unread because I wanted to learn some shit. And you're gonna go ahead and sit there. You're gonna sit there and tell me that I'm wrong, bro? But I can see every move that he does on eBay because it's hooked up to his shit. I know that he has a debit card called Chime because of his fucking email. He gave me his email situation so that I can talk to the property managers because he can't be bothered because he works 9 to 5 and apparently they don't give you any breaks. Lies. I'm irritated. I feel like he thinks that I'm stupid. I feel like he thinks that he can outsmart me. I'm in this house all fucking day, other than when I'm walking my baby. I don't do astrology that much, but us Capricorns are really good at stalking. Me as a person, I'm really good at stalking. I mean, if I can break into somebody's car and break into somebody's house, I think I can break into somebody's email. I didn't have to break into his email. He gave me the password. It's linked. It's a benchmark. It's a bookmark right there. Shay Outlook. At any time I can look and see his eBay history, his Chime history, his PayPal history. You did it to yourself. You gave me this way to track your shit. And I'm not acting on it. I'm not acting on it because I want to see just how many times he's going to fucking lie to me. Sometimes I want to do some really, really shisty shit. But then I'm like, no, because that's going to come back on me tenfold. I don't know what the fuck to do. I really don't. Like, a relationship, you got to try and make that shit work, right? Because a new relationship isn't going to fix the problems that you had in an old relationship. If anything, it's going to bring those parts out, which is strange because most of my past relationships, like I said, I've been abused, I've been stuck inside someone's house, I've been locked in a cage, I've been pistol whipped. That was the word. Man, I remember I couldn't figure out that word, being pistol whipped. You know, like I've dealt with all this shit, you know, rape, molestation, whatever the fuck, date rape, blah, blah, blah. And like, no, he doesn't do that stuff, which is probably why I was all like, oh my God, he's the perfect guy when I first met him. But now it's like, you're manipulative, you overuse your you abuse your drugs. And that was also another thing that I told him about my ex. I told him that I broke up with him because I had a coke problem. And like, it's really hard to be around an addict and not become an addict. I'm not gonna lie. I've probably taken his Adderall. I take his in quarters because I think they're like 60 or whatever. And I've taken 2 pills. So that was like 8 doses for me that lasted throughout the whole month. And like, yeah, it's recreational for me. And yeah, he did tell me that I can have some. But that's 2 pills. That means you're going to be 1 day with no medication. Because you take 2 a day. Right? Right. Okay. So how the fuck you run out? And don't blame me for you being dope sick. Because that's literally what it is. You abused your drugs and now you have no drugs, so you're going through withdrawal. Now, I've tried to get off my medication. I've tried so hard to get off my medication. So hard. But it doesn't work. You know, with physical therapy, with exercise, with stretching and yoga and Pilates and, you know, hula workouts and poi and stuff, I'm still dealing with back problems. And then he had the nerve to put that in my face. Well, if you could poi, you don't have any back problems. I want to take my crafting pliers and peel back his toenails in his fucking sleep. This nigga makes me violent. He doesn't make me violent. He just says a lot of really ignorant, ableist, sexist shit that I'm not going to accept. I don't get it. I don't like it. And it needs to change. We went to fucking therapy. I had to schedule. Okay. I was going to leave. Like, leave. Like, not fucking come back. Right? And he's like, oh, I want to make this work. I want to make this work. So I'm like, okay, we need to find couples counseling then. You want to work with me? Work in counseling. Okay. We had like 3 fucking visits. It was hard for me to find not only a place that would accept both of us and only take my insurance because he doesn't have insurance. How you get pills and you don't have insurance? You are wasting money. And then you got to sell your pills to pay for your pills, and then you run out of pills, and then you got to buy somebody else's pill. It shit don't make no sense. If you take your shit the way you're fucking supposed to in the first goddamn place, you would not have this problem. You got all those cards in there, use that to fucking pay for your drugs. And then you'll have a full month's supply. And that's what he told me happened with his fucking Adderall. That he didn't sell any of it, but he ran out. So he took it all. No wonder why you're fucking so fucking skinny. Your metabolism is running on 20. You know? Fucking dope sick. Fucking dope sick. Shit pisses me off. And I want to yell at him and say, you're fucking dope sick. And you're making me sick. Because what else are you going to call it? If I miss a day of meds, I get a headache. My body hurts, extra. But I'm still walk my dog, It might take me a day to do the dishes, but if I see something that's actually like dirty and I have to pick it up, like clean it, I'll clean it, even though I'm in fucking pain, and if I can't, I'll ask for help. However, that part right there, That's where he has a problem with. I don't understand why you have a problem when you know that your girlfriend, your life partner is not able-bodied. He's so fucking ableist. Babe, I am in pain. I'm in pain too. Well, maybe if you weren't dope sick, you wouldn't be in pain. You're doing it to yourself. I was fucking born like this. There's nothing that I could have done. And there's almost nothing that I can do to fucking stop this. And I don't like living like this. I don't like... Good girl. I don't... Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done, I promise. So yeah, here's my service dog. If anybody ever needed proof as to what work my service dog does, there you go. I don't want to live like this. I don't want to have to stretch before I get out of bed in order to get out of bed. And then with my sprains, I can't do a lot of my PT moves. Not for the first week anyway. So I'm kind of stagnant. And my neighbors are like, you can move in with us. Really? I feel like I just keep running away. And I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to not run away and like sit here and trying to fix the problem. But I feel like he doesn't want to fix the problem. I can't bring up anything. Even if I say I don't want to fight, I'm not trying to make you mad or anything. You know, he'll still turn around and be butthurt with what I have to say, even though I'm trying my damnedest to just put on the facts. I have been working on DBT therapy, dialectual behavioral therapy. Dialectual, okay? Learn how to talk to people, learn how to get your point across, you know, learn how to tolerate or distress tolerance, you know, and he doesn't have any of that. He doesn't go to therapy. He just sees the guy who prescribes his drugs. They prescribe his drugs, and then he waits till the next time he needs more refills. You know, and in my opinion, when you're taking stuff, it takes like, I don't know what it's called, but it's basically methadone for pregnant women. So there's that. Don't you think you would need some counseling? Like, the methadone alone is not gonna fix your fucking, what do you call it when someone's an addict? Your fucking addiction. There we go. Your addiction. It's not. But I'm a druggie because I need to smoke weed in order to relax my muscles and calm the fuck down. Yeah, I'm the druggie. But you're dope. You're dope sick and I'm the druggie. You want to run that by me again? Because I don't understand. Joe no say. I'm really irritated. I feel like I'm alone. I feel like This is a feeling. This is not a fact. I feel like I can't do anything right now because of my sprain. That is not true. There are many things that I am not able to do because of my sprain. Like hula. Y'all can see my hula hoops on my hammock. Yeah, we don't have a couch in here. This is the closest thing to a couch. But my hammock is a 2-person hammock. And you can like sit on it like it's a couch. So there's that. But like, do I start packing? I can't start packing because of my foot. Like, do something, bitch. My mom, when I was talking to my mom about the whole he can't get me water situation, she was like, he could borrow my balls. I'm like, can I borrow your balls? Shit. And she was telling me, write your goals down, write your values down and figure out how to get to your goals. Don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about nothing else, just your goals. And like, I relapsed that night. And I'm not really proud of it. Now, when I say relapse, I do not mean drugs. I do mean self-harm, and I'm not going to get into specifics. Because my therapist might be watching. So I did self-harm. I think it was Tuesday night. Today's Thursday. I think it was Tuesday night. Because that's when the situation happened. And I was crying, and I felt like he doesn't care. He thinks I'm faking. He doesn't care. So, in order for me to fucking stop crying over this bullshit, I self-harmed to be like, snap out of it. That's what I feel like self-harm is. It's a coping mechanism to try and ground you. Does that make sense? It's not a good coping mechanism. And by good, I mean socially acceptable. It is good in the fact that it works. But it's not socially acceptable. So. And. I just want somebody to care about me. And care about themselves enough to want to be better. Like, I don't think he wants to be better. He's okay where he's at. And I'm not okay where I'm at. I'm not okay where we're at. Like, case in point. The air conditioner. It was in there all fucking winter. In the beginning of winter, he was wondering, why is it not getting fucking hot in here? Maybe because there's nothing insulating around the AC. So now, as you can see, I put some cardboard on the top and ripped some old cloth so that I can insulate it the best that I can. He could have taken it out and we could have sealed it. But, I mean, he didn't. And I cannot carry anything more than about 30 pounds. I cannot. It will not happen. No, thank you. I am not going to put my body through pain that I cannot stand. Mind you, I pierced my nose. I pierced my nose. I pierced my mouth. I pierced my tongue. Now, when I say I pierced it, I mean I'm the one who stuck the needle through. I do enjoy controlled pain, but not pain that I can't control. That being said, I've been on here for about an hour, plus the hour and a half that I was on the other one. So maybe it's time to walk my dog because she's getting excited. And she needs a treat for helping me out. See, she won't allow me to get hysterical. She won't allow me to get hysterical, and I admire that so much within her, which is why she's a psychiatric service dog. I've even got her little ID in my wallet. Where is it? There it is. Watch out! Psychiatric assistant dog. I chose one of the first pictures that I took of her. And she's a platty plat plat. Yeah, so that's cool. And her certification is lifelong, thank God. And That does mean that she's mine, so Shay can't hold her against me anymore. He's actually done that before, where he's told me to leave, get out, and wouldn't allow me to grab my dog. This was around the time that I had gotten, I can't remember if, I think it was the conization, when they were taking out the cancer of my fucking vagina. And we had gotten into an altercation, which I don't understand how we can get into an altercation when I'm literally trying to heal. They took a chunk of my donut. They took a cone out of my donut. Okay? So my cervix had to, like, build itself back up, pretty much. And he didn't really respect that. Just like he didn't really respect the fact that I needed to call my doctor because I fell in ice. And I need to call my doctor every time I fucking fall. Because I have really bad bones, if you cannot tell. I have really bad issues with my lumbar spine. So yeah, they need to know every time I get hurt. And most of the time, they'll tell me that I have to go to the ER. So I'm on hold with these people. He's looking at me like, you just sprained it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, even if I just sprained it, I need to let these people know. Well, you know what they're going to say. We might as well drive you to the hospital right now. At first, he wasn't going to drive me to the hospital, so I was going to wait and see what the doctor was going to say. If I needed to go to the hospital, I would have called 911. Fuck them. You know, like, you do not care that I am in pain. It's not my back. It was my knee, my foot, and my ankle. But you don't care. You can't walk the dog. You can't get me some fucking water. Y'all saw how hard it was for me to get to the closet. And that's with a walker. It's much easier for me to walk with my walker than it is with the crutches, but I can't use my crutches up and down the stairs. I'm gonna go walk my dog. Thanks for listening. Bye.